this attack by Iran on Israel needs some context, right? And I'm going to try to give you context step by step, just for a bit. And this context doesn't in any way mean this attack by Iran is justified or not. I just want to help people that haven't been following this story closely. So by now, you probably understand the dynamics around allyship in the Middle East, right? Iran supports Hamas. In fact, Israel has always been accusing and criticizing Iran of sponsoring Hamas with military aid and financial aid. In fact, they believe that Iran helped Hamas stage their October 7 attack. That's just some quick context. Now, Israel, earlier this year, attacked the Iranian consulate in Syria, which killed several Iranian generals. Iran was fuming at the time because the attack was on its consulate. Iran was fuming because that's a diplomatic compound. It's basically tantamount to attacking Iran on home soil. So what did Iran do? Iran retaliated by firing missiles to Israel, which didn't kill anyone. And at the time, Iran said this is revenge for the attack that killed its generals. It was actually the first time that Iran targeted Israel directly from its own soil without using proxies. And then recently, a Hamas leader, Ismail Haniyeh, was killed in Iran. He was killed not long after attending the inauguration of Iran's president. Reports at the time suggested he was killed by an Israeli airstrike, but Israel had not claimed responsibility at the time. But it's been going after leaders of Hamas since October 7th, vowing to take them out. And Iran believes that Israel is the one that did it. And Israel hasn't denied it, in my understanding, which is a problem because the attack happened on Iranian soil. Now, Iran has fired back now, attacking Israel last night in a series of ballistic missiles that targeted its military operations. This is now the second time Iran is directly targeting Israel from its home soil without using those proxies, whether it's Houthis in Yemen or Hezbollah in Lebanon. And I'm saying ballistic missiles because these are dangerous missiles. They are the fastest and most dangerous. But Israel says no one was killed. They managed to intercept them, but they said they're going to retaliate. Here's what Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said in response to this latest attack.
Citizens of Israel, first of all, I would like to extend my condolences to the families of those who were murdered in the atrocious terror attack in Jaffa and wish for a speedy recovery of those who were wounded. Just like in the missile attack, there's a guided hand behind this terror attack as well, a murderous one coming from Tehran. This evening, Iran once again launched an attack on Israel with dozens of missiles, but the attack failed. It was thwarted thanks to Israel air defense system, which is the most advanced in the world, and I would like to congratulate the IDF for this impressive achievement. It was also thwarted thanks to the responsibility and alertness displayed by you, citizens of Israel. I wish to also thank the U.S. for its support of our defensive effort. Iran made a major mistake this evening, and it will pay for it. The regime in Iran just doesn't understand our determination to defend ourselves and our determination to retaliate to our enemies. Sinwar and Def did not understand that. Nasrallah and Mohsen did not understand that. And I guess there are those who do not understand that in Tehran, but they will. We are going to adhere to the rule that we set for ourselves. Those who attack us, we attack them. And that's true wherever we fight, when we fight the axis of evil. It's true for Judea and Samaria, it's true for Gaza, for Lebanon, for Yemen, Syria, and it's also true for Iran. We are fighting the axis of evil everywhere, including our courageous soldiers who are now in action in Gaza and in southern Lebanon. Today, more than ever, the forces of light in the world must unite and act together against the dark regime of Ayatollahs, which is the source of terror and evil in our region. They must stand with Israel. The choice has never been clearer between tyranny and freedom, between a blessing and a curse. And now, at the eve of the Jewish New Year, I say to you, citizens of Israel, Israel is on a momentum, and the axis of evil is regressing. We will do everything we can in order to continue this trend, to achieve all the goals of the war. First and foremost, to bring back all of our hostages and ensure our existence in the future. A safe and happy New Year to all of you.
That's what the Prime Minister of Israel had to say. I mean, we've been talking about, on the open line, we've been talking about the possibility of a wider regional war for some time now and the possible consequences of that. Israel's military, as we speak right now, is on the ground in Lebanon, going after Hezbollah leaders who have been fighting with Israel for a while now. And you may have seen the Israeli airstrikes on targets in Beirut and other places in Lebanon. And those attacks have eliminated several Hezbollah commanders, but also killed about 1,000 Lebanese and forced about 1 million to flee from their homes. This is according to the Lebanese government. So Israel is fighting not just in Lebanon, but they're fighting in Yemen. They're fighting in Gaza. And now they're about to retaliate to Iran. What is their biggest ally saying? Here's what the U.S. President Joe Biden had to say last night in response.
Before I began, I wanted to say a few words about Iran's missile attack on Israel today. At my direction, the United States military actively supported the defense of Israel, and we're still assessing the impact. But based on what we know now, the attack appears to have been defeated and ineffective. And this is testament to Israeli military capability and U.S. military. It's also a testament to intensive planning between the United States and Israel to anticipate and defend against the brazen attack we expected. Make no mistake, the United States is fully supportive of Israel. And I've been spent the morning and part of the afternoon in the Situation Room and meeting with my whole national security team and consulting with the Israelis indirectly because in terms of their impact on us. And the national security team has been, as I said, in constant contact with Israeli officials and their counterparts.
The gloves are off, and we could be dealing with a bigger problem here. It's believed that Iran is building a nuclear bomb. That's quite scary for the region. If this develops into a tit for tat, there's a risk that it could spill over to the other parts of the Gulf. And with Iran hitting Israel, whether or not there were fatalities, Israel will hit them twice as hard. I mean, you hear what Benjamin Netanyahu said. There will be retribution. But what does that mean for the region? And what does that mean for the rest of the world? I'd like to hear from you. Also, will Israel be attacked from all fronts? Because they are fighting from different fronts. From Hezbollah and Iran, Israel could be under attack as well from different positions. The Houthis could also join in. Could that mean we're about to witness World War III? These are scary times.
Hanging out with Clement
on 702.
Let's walk the talk.